Oh, that was a dungeon and a half. Hey guys, and welcome back to Twilight Princess. As promised, we are going to get to the bottom of the mystery of the Mirror of Twilight.
Once again, the way that the people of Hyrule decide to execute people. It's like banishment, only way worse.
It's like a shadow game of sorts. Very weird to have a chamber that's out in the open air, unless there was a year-old roof that's kind of eroded.
No, we just had a boss. No, we had a boss fight. You don't get to throw a stupid friggin' beast fight at the end.
Then Ayanuma's voice booms from the heavens. No, there must be a warp point here. A warp point, I say.
Well, okay, when you think of these fights as ways to get warp points, yes, because honestly, if you want to get back to this location, the nearest one is all the way back at the Gerudo Mesa, where we pulled out the Bridge of Eldin, so I guess for convenience sake, but really, does it need to be a fight every time? It doesn't have to be the same fight every time.
Like, you couldn't even summon in a different kind of enemy. Although it has to be said, some keys come in a later fight, and it made me laugh so hard. It's like, yeah, I'm helping. Yeah, I'm gonna nibble at his ankles.
Twilight keys, the worst kind.
Not even Twilight keys, just regular keys. Oh. Well, whatever. Gotta spin around way up here. I did say it was used on the overworld in some capacity, so...
This is honestly the best use of it. Even within this dungeon, it's like, yeah, the best spinner section is after the dungeon. And then we have another, of course, Shadow Colossus of the Goddess of Sand. It might not be, but let's be honest, there's so much evidence supporting the fact that if you come across a Colossus in the desert with fire, it's probably the Goddess of the Sand.
I hear Shadow and Colossus and Desert, and I kind of think of that one worm who chases you about.
You totally zoned out everything I said once the word Colossus was said, didn't you?
Pretty much, yeah. You should just be thankful I'm not that big of an X-Man fan, otherwise I would have just been completely gone.
Hey, no, that's my job. But since you want to talk about Colossus, he was a farmer in... Alright.
It's cool. There's other parts for X-Man talk. What do you expect? He was buried under the sand.
Oh no, don't tell me fetch quest!
Even Midna's like, not this shit again.
Hey, the last one I forced upon you. Now someone's forcing the fetch quest on Midna. How's it fucking feel?
Wait, are we being watched?
Oh my god.
I could do without the ominous music, thanks. I think the ethereal forms of these guys with the moon looming high is enough.
Greek thespians! So what do you think of these sages, Tom?
Like, in terms of design and whatnot?
Yeah.
Kind of weird, actually. Like, they've got Rayman hands, they've got no face, but they kind of have a mask over where their face should be.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that they're really off-putting, which is a good thing. I mean, sages and other deities should feel otherworldly, and yeah, Rayman hands will do that. But it just seems really weird that consistently in the series, sages have been actual people. Like, they're not some ethereal, like, they're not Rayman. They're actual people. But I guess since this is within the timeline where there were the sages, but Link didn't awaken them, these could be seen as essentially the essence or power of the sage. These are the things that were awakened within Saria and Darunia when Link completed the dungeons in Ocarina of Time.
Oh, like the Avatar Spur.
Pretty much, yeah. This is the Avatar state. Only it's sage state.
Fucking love Ganondorf's Twilight Princess design. I can actually see why they keep reusing it in Smash Bros.
However, they keep reusing this sword, too, for reasons.
Just to point out, yes, Ganondorf does have this sword as one of his custom moves, but he's still not firing volleys of dark energy and such, so he is not complete Ganon. Yeah, I don't want Captain Ganon, I want Ganondorf. Oh, maybe we should have stabbed him in the head.
That would have been the best idea. Even a child thought of that idea, but no, the ethereal sages couldn't figure that out.
I'm gonna look up the definition of sage. Let's have a look at this shit. Sage, an aromatic plant. Okay, I don't think that's it. Even two of the bushy North America. Okay, fuck it. Sage means wisdom. That wasn't a very smart move, and now you're dead.
We've also hit a part where most people claim that the timeline has an inconsistency, which, oh my god, you fucking think? Is that this Ganondorf, his trial right here is essentially for conspiring to take the Triforce. He didn't get it because Child Link told Zelda and Zelda told her daddy, and so, I guess the word of a child was enough to condemn him to death? But he never got the Triforce. So why does he magically get the Triforce there? The sages say that it was a prank of the gods, so it pretty much means that, yeah, he didn't grab it. Didn't gave him this piece of the Triforce. Why? I don't know, maybe she has a really sick sense of humor.
Well, gods are fair. I don't think they play into the idea of good and evil. They just are.
True that. I mean, the Triforce has never had any sort of affiliation. It could be used for ultimate evil or ultimate good, but the goddesses tend to balance it up by always having a hero to prevail. So maybe even the Triforce is like a test of humanity.
It'd be quite interesting to see an evil person get the one of wisdom and a good person get the one of good in a future game.
That would have been so good, like, oh, you have the Triforce of Power, don't you know that is a piece used by Ganondorf? It's like, and? Doesn't matter, I'm using it to save your asses.
Oh, goody.
And if you're wondering which sage was the one that had an early retirement, they're standing over the Ocarina of Time symbols, and you can clearly see that it was the water sage.
Okay, maybe you should have married that girl when you had the chance, Link.
I've told you, Tom, you can't marry a fish girl. You throw flour at it and the whole thing is wet.
Alright, that's enough lore for one part, I think. Let's teleport the fuck out of it.
That was a plot binge. Can we go to the bar now? Now would actually be a great time to go to the bar.
That's exactly where we're going, mate.
Thank you.
Bit of a short part, this one. It's mostly just lore and getting wasted at Telma's place.
Hell yeah, can every part be getting wasted at Telma? It's like, hey, little baby thing, you wanna come to a bar? I need some entertainment while I down some brewskis.
Oh, wait, let me transform back into my human form. So, he was close enough for me to hear him, but I could also transform at the same time. Midna, you're not being consistent with these rules.
We've been over this. Or, the mailman has time warping abilities. Did you not see when he stopped all the enemies in the field? He's able to give you enough time. He knows. Honestly, the postman's wiser than all those sages combined.
Nice bit of nighttime music here. Rarely seen in this playthrough since I like to record at daytime.
Or sunset, let's be honest. Parts are always better at sunset.
The desert especially. It's like in Xenoblade. Some areas just look better at certain times of the day. Like the swamp looks better at night, Guar Plains looks better during the day, and so on and so forth.
Which would you say has better music though? Mostly day or mostly night?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Again, it's a toss-up. It really depends on the area.
Okay. Because obviously with Zelda, daytime tends to be the winner. Just because nighttime will be ambient noise, crickets, low, if any, instrumentals. I like how this random, completely out of the way bar is essentially our hub base.
Doesn't feel like it since you don't necessarily have to come back here. Like, if you know where you need to go if you're using a guide, for example, you never need to set foot in here for the most part.
That's definitely true. If anything, Telma is serving the role that the fortune tellers tend to serve in A Link to the Past or A Link Between Worlds. If you really, really have no idea, you at least always have this safe haven of information.
Ah, let's check the map. Not to be confused with Snowhead from Majora's Mask.
Yeah, but if you do, that's not all that bad. I've done it several times. we're now starting to break away from the very strict parallel geography of Twilight Princess Hyrule and Ocarina of Time Hyrule, in that there was no snow-capped mountain in Ocarina of Time.
Oh, there was. It was like literally just behind Zora's domain. You couldn't see it. I mean, where do you think all the ice and snow came from?
Did I go there? Did I get to have fun and explore it? No, then it doesn't exist.
Well, if you could like snowboard down the mountain, down Death Mountain, on the frozen Zora King, would you have been happy?
I would be happy if I could snowboard down the lava.
That'd be pretty bitchin'.
Hells yeah.
I think we came here just to sample Barnes' new wares. It's been a while since I recorded this one.
Well, he sent us a letter. It's the very least we can do. I mean, mail is such an awesome thing.
Stationery is extremely expensive in this Hyrulean economy. It's kind of fucked up, actually. You could buy a meal for a family of 10 before you could buy a 6-pack of letters and envelopes and whatnot.
I mean, have you seen the centralized government? It's sort of encapsulated at the moment. Any sort of items that are, like stationery, they're very hard to come by, and Barnes is willing to use them to talk to us. I feel so special.
Okay, let's buy the third and final type of bomb. Basically your bomb chew for this game. Okay, now we can look at it. There we go.
It's not even a new item. These are the bomblings from the Forest Temple.
Maybe Barnes snuck in there when we were out doing the Arbiter's grounds. It's like, yeah, this is new. What do you mean you've seen it before? No, it's completely new.
But once again, all of Barnes's products are made from items that are gathered from the other races or within the other areas. Those bomblings are clearly from the woods that I guess Skull Kid could give them to him. His fishy bombs are harvested by the Zoras, and his regular bombs are made from material that's found in the Goron mines.
NPCs make for great testing objects for bombs because they don't feel pain.
I actually prefer games where NPCs get pissed off if you dick around with them too much.
Blow up a bombling in my face. Bad ass.
I mean, don't ever do that to chickens, though. That's where Zelda crosses the line. Want to blow up Gorons? Sure, why not? Zoras, have fun! But you just poked a chicken in the eye. You're dead.